Listen up. The views, thoughts, and opinions expressed in this podcast belong solely to the podcast participants, and not to any participant's employer, organization, committee, or other group or individual. This podcast is for entertainment purposes only. You know, for fun. So lighten up and enjoy. Stomping Jen.
Yes.
That intro is too long.
What do you mean?
That disclaimer. We don't need a disclaimer like that.
Why?
It just goes on and on and on about this and that. And anyways, it's just you and me this week. I've got a long list of things though I need to talk to you about.
Oh, goodness gracious.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
All right. Here we go. The Soft Serve Podcast. Creamy, delicious ideas without the creepy truck. Now, I'm not going to sing to you today.
Oh, thank you.
It's too hot. We're in the middle of a heat wave.
Oh, like umpteenth
Yeah.
heat wave this summer.
I know people mix up global warming and weather all the time, but I'm here to tell you, global warming is real. It was like 101 degrees yesterday. We were walking around and going places, and I've had enough of this heat. You know that feeling when you start sweating in the small of your back, and you can feel sweat dripping down the small of your back into your ass crack?
Mm-hmm.
Do you like that feeling?
No.
No? Okay, I don't either. Well, that's what was happening yesterday.
Yeah.
It was too much. Too much for me. I was complaining. You know I was complaining.
You're always complaining.
Right?
This is not a new phenomenon.
No, but yesterday we were walking around and going to stores, shopping for this get-together we're having soon. We're having a party. Our first, post-COVID party. It's going to be outside, but we were going all over the place over the weekend looking for stuff. And I've been complaining about this party for a while now, and the heat's not making it any better. It's making me not look forward to this party.
Well, it's not supposed to be super hot.
I know, but something like 30 people have RSVP'd.
Oh my God. Again.
That's too many people, isn't it?
No, it's not enough people. Needs more cowbell.
And I sent out an invitation, and then you yelled at me because the invitation didn't include instructions for people to bring food.
Mm-hmm.
Have
you fixed that?
Yeah, I fixed it last week.
Uh-huh.
And you were like, what are people going to eat? And on the invitation, I said that people could eat snacks.
Come to our house and eat the snacks you brought for yourself.
Like somehow that's not good enough.
Well, when you go to a party, what are your expectations?
There better be chips.
Okay.
I go right to that chip bowl.
Okay.
And I start digging into chips.
So I will put chips on the list.
But I look around to see if anybody's watching me eat the chips.
Oh my God.
Because I don't want to be seen as a chip eater.
Okay.
Do you ever do that?
So besides chips, what else do you go to a party? What do you expect?
What do I expect? Some kind of liquid to drink.
Okay.
Celery.
Yep.
With some kind of dressing to dip it into. That's my idea of a party.
So a vegetable platter?
I don't care if... First of all, there should never be cherry tomatoes at a party. That's a choking hazard. Especially if people are drinking. right? The little round tomatoes, the cherry tomatoes. So those should never be at a party. If I go to a party and I see cherry tomatoes, I immediately switch into first responder mode. I'm thinking to myself, okay.
So vegetable platter with no cherry tomatoes.
Right.
Okay.
Broccoli is too grainy to have at a party.
Okay, so you're talking about like a vegetable platter that you buy at like Stop and Shop.
Yeah, so if there's...
and you open up the lid and it's gross.
And if there's broccoli and people are coughing because they're eating the grainy broccoli, and then there's cherry tomatoes, I'm in a full-blown panic because I think people are choking on tomatoes.
So it sounds...
So no broccoli, no tomatoes. So there can be carrots. We can have celery. Green beans are always a pleasant surprise as a snack. You don't see those at every party. But when
because people don't eat green beans like this.
Sometimes you see them. Cheese is out. No cheese. There's usually too many rich food items at a party. So you don't need cheese, right?
I think people like cheese.
I don't think people should ever eat...
It's a source of protein.
No, people shouldn't eat cheese alone. Cheese is an ingredient. Right?
People usually eat cheese with crackers.
If you make it a sandwich, like a little sandwich, that's fine. But you should never put cheese on a plate and just eat the cheese by itself. What about like a
charcuterie board?
A what?
Charcuterie board.
Charcuterie? Yeah. What is that?
You know what that is. Don't pretend
it sounds like a mythological creature that lives in a cave. Do not venture into the woods, for there lives the charcuterie.
You know what a charcuterie platter is.
Does it contain wild-caught charcuterie?
Yes.
What is charcuterie? Tell us, please.
You know what it is? It's an assortment of meats and dried meats and cheeses and nuts and fruit.
You're an assortment of meats. So anyways, I don't know.
I'm going to order some food.
Don't do that. What would you order?
I don't know. There's that place in Holyoke I like a lot.
Don't spend any more money on that.
Why?
Because you can't get enough. We're not having this catered.
I didn't say catered.
No, don't order any food. So
I'm going to do what I want to do.
Go get a vegetable platter.
Nobody wants a vegetable platter.
I want a vegetable platter.
Parties are an excuse for people to eat unhealthy junk food.
Here we go again. I'm not a person.
I didn't say
you did.
You were not a person.
You said nobody wants a vegetable platter. I want a vegetable platter.
Okay, I'll make you one from the farm stuff. It'll have beets on it.
And
carrots.
Fucking hate beets.
And zucchini.
You fucking asshole. I don't want beets. I don't want zucchini.
That's what I'm going to make.
I said celery. I said carrots.
Maybe I'll make some of that zucchini tart thing I made. That was really good.
Yeah, that was good. Don't go crazy. Don't turn on the oven.
I'm going to do what
Anyways, back to the point.
For the guests that we've invited to our home.
I'm canceling this party. I'm praying for rain. I'm going to pray every day for rain. I have had enough of this party. I cannot handle it.
You're going to make everybody not want to come.
Nobody listens to us, so it's fine.
I love your enthusiasm.
None of the people who are going to come to this party listen to this podcast. I'm consumed with everything. And I was out there weed whacking, mowing the lawn. I'm going to go out there and chainsaw some wood. There's too much work involved with this party. It's enough. This is for the party.
What if it's just an excuse to get our yard back in shape?
And then what are people going to do when they come to this party? We've discussed this. There's nothing to do here. We don't have lawn games. We don't have...
It's an easily rectifiable situation.
We don't have a bouncy house.
You want to get a bouncy house for the kid-free party?
There's not an obstacle course of any kind.
You want an obstacle course?
There's nothing for people to do.
That's the most ridiculous statement I've ever heard.
What, are people just going to sit around and talk? Then they're going to want to talk to me.
Oh my God.
My energy is, I told you this, my energy is already depleted. And this party is 5 days away. What am I going to do?
You better get some rest.
That's another story.
What does that mean?
Nothing. So anyways, we're getting ready for this party, this get together. And we'll see what happens.
Okay.
We'll report on it later, I guess.
Okay.
I don't know what else to say about it.
Okay.
Except there will be seltzer. That's it.
We're going to provide you with bubbly, liquidy water.
Yeah.
And
right.
maybe a platter from Stop and Shop with cherry tomatoes and broccoli.
You really want me not to enjoy myself at this party, huh? I will be on high alert if there are cherry tomatoes present. High alert.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so we have that planned for coming soon.
To a theater near you.
Right. Now, no children are allowed at this party.
Right. There was a declaration made.
Yeah, I have one friend who seems to think that's bizarre and seemed offended that we said you can't bring your children.
Well, they can decide what they want.
That's what I said. Get a babysitter.
That's right.
Go out and enjoy yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what else to say.
If people are paying a babysitter to come to our house, we should feed them some food.
Our kids aren't here.
Yeah.
So if you bring kids, I'm going to lock them in the garage or something. That's what's going to happen. They'll be shut away in the garage. All right. So, so we had an incident occur.
We did.
A while back.
An incident?
We were going out for a walk the other night. Okay? Where we walk is about 3 miles from where we live. And I said to you, let's go for a walk. It was hot out. You know, it was this last heat wave we've had, not the current one. And you're like, okay, let's go. So we got into the car I usually drive. I turned it on and I heard a weird noise. And I turned to you and I said, that didn't sound right. Said,
famous last words.
Yep. And I actually shut the engine off. I started it back up and I heard the noise again. I turned to you. I said, I'm really worried about taking this car. I said, I do not want to get stranded. You looked at me and you were like, oh, don't worry about it.
That's not true.
You're like, what's the worst that could happen?
That is not true.
So we get in, so we drive.
That is not what happened.
Go ahead. What happened?
I said I didn't hear anything, but you drive this car a lot more than I do, so I will trust your judgment. And you said it should be fine because it started again.
That's not what happened anyways. You're like, don't worry about it and it'll all be fine. So
that's not what happened.
So we get in the car, we drive to the walking location, we go on our walk, our 3.5 mile walk. We finish around, 8 o'clock, 8:15, the sun's setting, the mosquitoes are coming out. Get in the car, go to turn the key, nothing.
Well, not nothing.
Just this
crazy,
horrible mechanical sound. The engine won't turn over. So I was like, oh, for fuck's sake. So I was so mad at myself for not trusting my instinct. I knew. I was like, there's something not right. So then you and I start talking about what are we going to do about this, right? It was a whole thing. It was late at night, and should we call AAA because we have AAA? And eventually we decide, no, we're not going to call AAA. It's too late at night. We're not going to sit here waiting at night. We're going to wait for the next day to call AAA, potentially. And we didn't know what the problem was. I was like, it can't be the battery because the engine was turning over. All the lights were working. And it didn't seem like it could be the battery. That was Jen who just burped, by the way.
You were talking, so obviously it was not you.
I just want to point that out to people. I no longer burp on this podcast.
Okay. I'm glad
it's like more than 100 episodes ago I stopped doing that.
You've become your body.
You've become more vulgar as things have gone along.
I don't think it was vulgar, and I don't think anybody heard it until you started talking about it.
I'll rewind it. You can hear it. So thankfully, because you're a nice person, you have friends in this town. Because I was like, I don't even know who to call. Who would I call? I don't have any friends.
Oh my God.
Nobody likes me. Literally have no one I could call.
It's not true, but... Okay.
And so you immediately get on the phone with somebody through this texting. And thankfully, one of our friends came.
One of our friends?
One of our friends came to rescue.
One of our friends?
Rescue us. Right?
Yes.
Thankfully, she was very nice. She came and got us and with our dog and drove us home. So the next day, we wake up early. We're like, we've got to deal with this situation. It's bad, right? We got to get this car back. We can't leave it in the parking lot where it died. So we go down to the car place, or you send a text message to AAA.
Also, we tried to jump it the night before.
Did we try to jump it the night before?
Yes.
Okay, that didn't work.
Right,
and so
I got eaten by mosquitoes.
Yeah, thanks for reminding me. So we did try. I thought we'd maybe try to jump it in the morning. I can't even remember. The jumping was unsuccessful. So I was like, maybe this is a worse problem than the battery. Anyway, so the next morning we called AAA. They're like, we'll be there in 7 minutes. Right, so we rushed to the location we're at. They don't show up in 7 minutes. An hour goes by. And then I'm like, they're not coming. Let's leave. Right. And then we had done a bunch of research on our car and the symptoms it was displaying. And it seemed more and more likely it could be the battery. So you sent me home, actually, because we
called the AAA.
Yeah.
Leaving out important details here.
You're like, go home.
No, so I called AAA,
Mm-hmm.
and I said, this app says that this guy is coming soon. When is he coming? And now it's been an hour.
Right.
It could have been to the store and back by now, by the way. And gotten the battery.
Right.
So she says, well, you just need a jump, right? And I'm like, no, I need a battery. So she goes and confers with somebody, and then she comes back on the line. She goes, it'll be another 30 to 40 minutes.
Right. So you send me home.
So I said, fine, if it's only 30 to 40 minutes, and what they do is that they come, and then if it's not the battery, then they'll test the alternator and some other mechanics in the car.
Yeah, they do a whole bunch of stuff. But at this point, you're like, go home. There's no point of both of us waiting here.
Right.
So you're like, you go home and...
I'll wait in the hot car
while you
for
argue
40 minutes.
While you argue with people on the internet in the comfort of air conditioning. So
He's talking about himself.
Yeah, right. So
me.
I drive home, get online, and start arguing with people on the internet.
Is that what you did
Yes.
for 40 minutes while I was sitting in a hot car?
Yeah. I sat at my desk, drank iced coffee in the air conditioning, and argued with people online while you sat in your car.
Very productive.
Thank you for doing that, by the way.
Meantime, I had said, I will just go over there with a book. And you were like, no.
Right. So
I had nothing.
So anyways, I get home, I'm in the comfort of home, and then finally you call, and you're like, oh, these fuckers from AAA just called me. They said it's not going to be until 2 o'clock.
No, they did not call me.
What happened?
It was 40 minutes, so I checked the app again, because they have a check on your roadside assistance call.
Yeah.
And now it does not say 40 minutes. It says...
What did it say?
2:15 p.m.
Okay.
This was at 9 o'clock in the morning.
Okay. So we were like, fuck it. We're going to go get a battery.
We could have been to the store back and twice.
Right. Anyways.
There and back twice.
So we get the battery. We drive all the way to the next town over because there's nothing open in our fucking town on a Sunday.
It was Sunday.
So we get a battery. And this battery cost $240. It was crazy.
$180 plus the charge.
$220?
Yeah. You have to return that. You're supposed to get the $20 back.
Yeah, I'll return it.
Yeah.
Anyways, that's a lot of money. I thought batteries were like $50.
Everything is more expensive these days.
But it's not like they just made this battery. It's been sitting on a shelf.
Everything is more expensive.
Well, anyways, so this battery cost like $220. So we have to then drive all the way back to where the car is. We do that. So I get to work taking out this battery, the old battery, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, oh God, I really hope this works. Okay, so I take out the old one. You're standing near me. You're holding tools and handing them to me when I need them. You know, being a worthy assistant, right? So I'm in there. I put the new battery in. And this is the best part of the whole story. It was great. So I have this socket wrench thing, right? That has a long handle on it. And I'm tightening it, right? This like ratchet wrench, right? And the very last, what do you call it? Turn. Right? And I'm on the red terminal. That's where all the electricity flows, right? From the battery into the system. The last turn it, getting it tight, and then somehow the edge of the wrench touches the car. And then there's this giant explosion, like this arc of electricity, right? I yelled something and jumped back. What did it look like from your perspective?
It just looked like a little firework went off in the engine of the car.
Right, but I yelled, I jumped back, right? And I'm looking at the end of the wrench, and I see it's melted. I turn to you, and you're standing there in tears. Talk to me about that.
What do you mean?
What were you feeling? You're crying.
You on the sad music?
You're standing there.
I got nervous. I didn't want you to die in front of me. I told you this.
You're standing there. It was one of the most beautiful things I've ever seen. I turned there. I turned to you. You're standing with tears in your eyes. And you're like, I thought I lost you.
It was scary.
You go.
I'm so glad you're able to take advantage of
You go.
my...
I can't lose you. Please.
Remember, people, this was at the end of like 3 hours of being in a hot car, running around, lots of stress.
You're like
what?
What?
Hours of stress.
You're like, what would happen if you had been electrocuted?
I didn't want you to die in front of me. I'm sorry.
So then I walked over to you and I said, I'm glad we had this experience because I think you really love me.
Oh my God.
Right?
So ridiculous.
I said, this was all worth it. I said, I now know that you love me.
Until you ask me if I really love you 5 minutes later.
And then I showed you the edge of the wrench, the handle of the wrench where it was melted, and you started crying again.
What? You're trying to make me cry. People, he's trying to make me cry.
Are you close?
No, not even.
Okay. All right. Anyways, that was our experience with the car battery. That was fun.
That was fun?
Yeah. So anyways,
I don't know if fun is the right word.
So we get it all in the car.
Anyways, everything worked.
Jump back in. Yeah. And it worked and it was fine.
Yeah.
Anyways.
End story. And I'm upset with AAA for a lot of different reasons, but I also am just going to chalk it up to it was Sunday. And we live in the middle of fucking nowhere.
Does AAA have a slogan like "We're here for you"? Except on
for
Sundays?
No.
Okay.
They did send me a survey and I filled it out. And I was pretty dissatisfied. And they said, if you want to talk to somebody more about your experience, call us.
Yeah, that's bullshit. So, all right. So after that, then that weekend we went to Northampton, Massachusetts.
Did we?
Yeah, because they were having this sidewalk sale. Remember?
Well, that was during the day.
Yeah, whatever. We went there.
Yeah.
We went to the Northampton sidewalk sale. It was kind of sad.
It was a little sad.
So in years past, prior to COVID, you would go to this sidewalk sale, and all of the stores would have their wares out on the street. It was like a festival type of atmosphere.
Yeah.
Lots of people out. But this time, there's like barely anyone.
I think a lot of stores have closed.
Yeah, that's what I mean. It was kind of sad.
It was a little sad.
But we were in Northampton, and we were near this store. Now, this is interesting. So leading up to this event I'm going to talk about, you have this group of women you're friends with, and they're very concerned with your breasts.
Well, they're the ones we went to Mexico with, so they got to see me in full, like, fledged, like bathing suit wear.
You got to see your breast. How would you describe your breasts?
Oh my God. Really?
Yeah, I'm curious.
Are you serious
Yes.
right now?
Okay, they're large, right? You have large breasts.
Uh-huh.
Okay, so now these friends of yours are convinced that you need more support. That
One of them in particular.
Right, because I'm looking at you now. You're wearing this sports bra.
Yeah.
And you've been wearing sports bras for some time.
Yeah.
You've given up on regular bras.
Right.
Right now, this group of friends that you have are convinced, they have been convinced that you're not the size of regular bra that you say you are. Do you want to reveal this?
I thought I was a 36 double D.
Right, okay, so leave it there. You thought you were a 36 double D, and your friends are this group of women you went to Mexico with. We're like, no way, you're bigger. You're like, no, that's not true. And it's been months of this arguing about your breasts.
It's like March.
Yeah, months and months. And, God bless her. One of your friends has been strongly advocating that you go to this bra store in Northampton.
Yeah.
To get your breasts measured, right?
To get sized properly.
Right. So we were in Northampton, and you're like, well, here's the bra store.
The bra.
Yeah, here's the
bra.
Here's the bra store.
Bra store.
Should I go in and get my breasts measured? I'm like, yeah, sure. I'll wait for you out here, because there's no way I'm going in there. Because I think they'll catch me and they'll try to measure my breasts, right? Because I don't want to know what my cup size is. So they'll get me, and then I'll walk out of there in a bra somehow.
A bro.
A bra. If I step in there,
a brosier.
Yeah, I won't be coming out of there without wearing a bra. I'm convinced. So you go. I'm like, yeah, I'll wait for you. So you go in there. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, this store is very mysterious. It has curtains in the windows.
It's a lingerie store.
Well, what happened when you went through that door?
I think I went in. I talked to the woman at the counter.
Okay.
I explained the situation.
Did you give her the whole context that you have a group of friends who...
Yeah. I was like, listen, I'm wearing a sports bra. I feel like it's fine. She looked at me. She goes, yeah, you look fine.
Okay.
She goes, you seem like you're, you seem fine.
So she said the sports bra was providing you with enough support.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so I explained to her about how my friends were convinced that I was no longer the size that I thought I was.
Right, the 36 double D.
Right. And so, so I was thinking I should get fitted. So she goes, okay, well, we can do it. I said, okay. And so...
Now, what does this process of getting fitted look like? Let me ask a question. So do you take off your shirt in front of the woman?
Do you want me to tell you?
Yeah.
Or do you want to ask me more questions?
I want to know.
So she goes, okay. She goes, what size did you think you were? I said 36 double D. So she got a bra. She handed it to me. She goes, go put it on. So I put it on.
Oh, you don't take off your shirt in front of the woman?
No, I put on the bra.
And stand there with your breasts out?
And then she came back. She goes, you have the bra? And I said, yeah. So she opened the curtain and we assessed the situation together.
Now, does she come in and does she make adjustments? Does she touch the bra in some way and
she just looks
move
to
it
see,
around?
Well, I mean, yeah. I mean, she's just looking to see like if it's, because...
Does she have you turn?
I think that they're so well at like versed in how to do this that they kind of just know. They can tell by looking. So anyways, we both assessed that the band size was correct.
Did she ask you to jump up and down?
No. No.
How do they test whether it can provide the right kind of support for jiggling?
So anyways.
Yes.
We assessed that the 36 was fine. But then she goes, I think you need to go up 2 cup sizes.
How could that be? How can a 36 be fine, but you need
36
to go
is,
up
is
to...
the size of my torso. Like, it's the under part.
Okay.
So that's the part that measures under.
Okay.
That measures around your body. Where are you going? Why are you closing the shades?
I'm closing the shades because you're going to show me what happened in that room.
So anyways.
And I don't want the cats to see.
So 36 is the measurement around your body, underneath where the band will sit. Like where the band goes around your body.
Okay. Like your rib cage.
Yeah. Right? That's that part, right?
Okay.
And then the cup size is the part that like physically holds your boobs up.
Okay.
Right. So she said I needed a 36G.
36G?
G for ginormous. G for gigantic.
Wow.
Anyways.
So you're a 36G.
So then she went and got me a bra in that size. And then we tried it on. And then she goes, yeah. And I said, okay.
Now, how does it feel to go from a 36 double D to a 36G? You're now a 36G. What does that feel like to you?
I don't know. It's just sort of weird. Like I knew that my boobs were big, but...
Is your identity at all attached to your boobs?
No.
So this doesn't impact how you feel about yourself?
No.
Hmm.
They're just part of my body. I mean, I wish they weren't so big, but I don't really feel the need to go to get surgery or anything. Like, it doesn't bother my back or,
Right.
Like, I don't have a lot of, like, back issues due to my poor posture or whatever.
Right. Interesting.
Because I'm pretty well balanced. I have pretty big hips, too.
Yeah.
So I'm, like, in proportion.
Right.
So that doesn't bother me in any way, shape, or form.
Okay.
But we looked it up, what breasts are made out of, and it's basically just fat.
I was right. You asked the question. It's not just basically
it's
fat.
Connective tissue and like glands.
Yes, which is way more than just basically fat.
But my point is that the way to make them smaller without surgery is to lose weight, basically. I mean, all my weight goes to my hips and my boobs. Like, really.
All right. So you didn't buy anything, though, from that store?
No, because I was a little bit and was not quite what I expected to
You were in shock still to learn that your breasts were bigger than you thought.
Right. And so,
Now, what happened when you told your friends about this?
I think they were just like, gee. And also they didn't understand how bra sizing works because a double D is an E. Right. So they kept saying I went up 3 sizes, but that's not true.
D is an E.
Yeah. So it's A, B, C, D.
Right.
And then to make you feel better about yourself, they have a double D and a triple D, but a double D is an E and a triple D is an F. And then there's G, H, I, J. Like,
wow.
Yeah.
There's a J?
There is a J.
Is there a K?
I don't know.
Wow.
Anyways.
Okay.
I mean, I've never had small boobs.
Right.
Like, since puberty. Like,
Are your friends treating you differently now that you have bigger breasts?
No, because it was always evident.
Okay.
It was just, I think, it was a little bit of indication that, they were like, you're spilling out of, like, what you're wearing. You need a different option.
Okay. Because,
I mean, no, it's not a big deal.
From my perspective, they don't seem bigger.
No, they don't seem bigger.
So what could be going on here? Are they actually growing?
No, they're just I have more.
This is fascinating. Why don't men's penises grow and shrink?
Because they don't have fat in them.
Yeah, they do.
Penises have fat in them?
Yeah, of course they do.
I don't believe that that's true.
Yeah, what do you think is happening
What's
there?
in a penis? What's inside?
Stomping Jen is Googling what's in a penis.
Except I can't type, so.
Go ahead. What does it say?
Dorsal nerve, blood vessels, connective tissue, and erectile tissue. See? No fat.
No fat, huh?
No fat.
Dorsal tissue? Like in a dolphin?
I don't know. The dorsal nerve,
Huh.
blood vessels, connective tissue, and erectile tissue.
Interesting.
Corpus cavernosum and corpus spongiosum.
I'm more interested in this dorsal tissue. Aren't you?
No.
Huh.
Penises. Okay. Anyways.
Do you think if I went in the ocean, floated on my back, and gotten an erection, someone could think I'm a dolphin? Is that possible?
Oh, boy. Anyways.
Okay, go ahead.
That's it. That's the
All right,
story.
so you're
of
not
my
being
boobs.
treated differently now that you officially have bigger breasts.
No.
Okay.
But then I went and ordered some bras on the
Yeah,
Amazon.
and I wanted to ask you about that. So you got these new 36G bras from Amazon, and you tried them on.
Yeah.
You showed them to me. You came downstairs and you said, "Look, here are my new bras. Now, I need you to take pictures of me so I can send to my friends so they could see what I look like." And we had a photo shoot of you in these new bras. Now, I want to ask you, people are going to be hearing this conversation and they're going to want to see this bra. Should we share them?
No.
Do I have permission to share these pictures?
I don't think so.
No? They're just breasts. They're for feeding babies.
You can cut my head off of them. I don't know that I
Why?
want my boobs all over the internet.
Your boobs are already over the internet in that picture of you in the crow
Cleavage.
dress.
Oh my God.
This is no worse than that. There's less cleavage.
There is less cleavage.
All right, well, it's up to you. You let me know if I can share these pictures. Maybe you can pick one. You say crop this out, crop that out, and I'll crop it. But I think people need to know. People need to see.
You really want people to see my boobs?
I mean...
You're like, yes.
No, not particularly, but it's more like this whole process has been fascinating to me.
I'm also like not like a very
What?
out there.
What do you mean out there?
I don't know, like I don't flaunt my boobs.
Right. Keep them hidden away.
I'm pretty modest in that arena.
All right. Okay. So, sorry, people. No boob pictures for you. All right. Well, I tried. All right. Yeah. So, okay. All right.
I mean, it's not much different than like a bathing suit.
Yeah. It's not any different than a bathing suit, which is why I asked. I didn't think it would be a problem. But it's fine. Should I start a penis measuring store?
What else you got on your list?
Like a test, because when you get older as a man, there are changes in your testicles that occur. Like your scrotum begins to lengthen and hang more. And maybe there should be a store that measures men's scrotums and penises so we can put them in the right kind of undergarment. What do you think about that? Can I invest some of our money in that?
No.
Why? There are plenty of empty storefronts in Northampton. Listen, hear me out. I will open the penis and scrotum measuring store right next to the bra store. So the men who are waiting for, the men who have partners with breasts, who are waiting for that, whatever happens in there to happen, can go in and get their scrotums and penises measured and be put in the right kind of underwear. What do you think about that?
What else you got on your list?
I don't appreciate that you're not supporting my entrepreneurial spirit. Let's see. Our kids are coming back soon.
Mm-hmm.
Right? They've been away a long time.
Mm-hmm.
Space Unicorn's been gone 6 weeks. Ted has been gone 2.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So we're getting them back in less than 2 weeks. How do you feel about that?
I can't wait to see them.
Is that true?
Yeah.
Yeah. I think we were just saying we're not ready to be empty nesters, right?
No.
So, yeah, looking forward to that. Are we going to do anything special with them when they come back?
Whatever they want to do.
Do you think they'll want to go out to dinner somewhere, maybe?
They probably will want to sleep in their own bed and see the animals.
Huh. I wonder if there's a prank we can pull on them.
No, we did that last year, and it wasn't a prank, and it wasn't fun.
What prank did we pull?
When Ichabod died.
Oh, our cat died when they were gone. Yeah.
That wasn't fun.
No. Are there any other animals here we can kill? We'll make this a tradition. I'll take that as a no. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
No killing animals. That's fine. All right. There's another thing I really wanted to ask you about.
Oh, okay.
We were riding in the car the other day.
Yeah.
And you made a confession to me.
A confession?
Yeah. We were talking about music.
Yeah.
And you shared with me that certain...
It's very Jen-centric, this episode.
That certain music gets you sexually excited.
I didn't exactly say that.
You did. You were talking about Nine Inch Nails.
What I said...
No, you turned to me and go...
was that some of the music is sexy. I didn't say it specifically.
No, you turned to me...
me to have any kind of feelings one way or the other.
Yes, you did. You turned to me and go, you ever listen to music and you, like, hear a certain lyric or sound and it just, like, gets you all sexually excited?
I didn't say that.
And I was like, what?
That's not what happened.
I was like, no.
Oh my God.
I was like, I've never...
I love the way that you interpret the things I say to you.
I was like, what do you mean? Give me an example. And you're like, okay, there's this Nine Inch Nails song where Trent's singing and he makes a certain, like, guttural noise. And you're like, that just gets me going.
It's not what happened at all.
Then tell me. That's what I heard.
So glad you're paying attention to what I said.
That's what I heard.
I said I was in a Nine Inch Nails forum.
Okay.
And somebody was talking about this specific song.
Okay.
And I thought it was funny because what she said was, like, she said this is the poster, not me. I did not say this. That she, quote unquote, just about procreates when she hears him make this certain noise. And it was funny to me because I knew what she was talking about. I knew exactly what noise that she was talking about. And then I played the song for you so you could hear it. And you were like, oh, he was just coughing.
I didn't hear any noise. It sounded like he coughed.
So anyways, I was saying how certain songs and lyrics have very sexual connotations and they're like sexy to listen to. I didn't say they necessarily get anything moving.
So why did I hear that and think you said that you were aroused by listening to it? That's what I heard from that conversation.
I don't know why that's what you heard. I'm just telling you what I was trying to convey to you is that there are certain... And then I was talking to you generically about why it is that I'm attracted to certain types of music.
Yeah, and you did ask me. You were like, don't you ever feel that way?
Yeah.
I said, no. And I'm not kidding. Like, I've never listened to a song or a lyric and felt sexually aroused by it.
But not like exactly. Like, it's like just sexy. I don't know how to explain it. It's not like...
I told you that I've listened to music and felt like inspired or pumped up or energetic. Right. But maybe I'm not listening. Maybe I haven't found the music yet that would make me sexually excited.
Like Lucifer, right?
Yeah.
There's this whole song. It's like, don't be aroused by my confession. And the way he's singing is just like very erotic.
Well, he's almost daring you.
Right.
He's saying, don't be aroused. That's reverse psychology.
But I'm saying there's some of it that evokes like erotic images or feelings or whatever. I'm not saying it's quote unquote turning me on specifically. I'm just talking about the music in general, that there are. You've never in your like heard something
No.
and you were like, that's
Never.
a little risque. Like even like Beyonce is very like that. You know, she's very like dirty, her lyrics.
No, I've never heard anything that has made me feel that way. What's wrong with me?
I don't know. You're not listening to the right kind of music.
Maybe I'm
then.
broken, though.
I don't think so.
Maybe something's not working inside of me.
No, but you tend to listen to a lot of like political folk lyrics, things that are depressing.
It probably would be an issue if I got a boner to Masters of War by Bob Dylan.
Right.
Right?
Right.
I probably shouldn't be sexually excited
but
by
like different types of
that.
music like evokes different types of imagery, right?
Yeah, I guess so.
Like I can think off the top of my head like a number of examples of this.
I can't think of anything. Maybe I'm actually asexual. Is that possible?
But if I played something for you, would you be able to like see what I'm talking about?
I mean, as an intellectual exercise, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
But you can't play anything right now.
Yeah.
You're not allowed to play music. No, never. Maybe there's something wrong with me. That's what I'm beginning to think. Well, if this is there goes Jen burping again. If this is a common experience, I want to know about it. I'm really curious what people think. If they get, what's a better way to say it than sexually aroused? Do you have sexy feel? Even that sounds stupid.
It's not right. It's like it evokes erotica.
Erotica. Is there? I'm really interested.
I mean?
Yeah, but I'm really interested in hearing from people if they, if certain music evokes erotic feelings in them.
Like even the song Madonna, right? Isn't that erotica? Like, isn't that a song that she sings?
Yeah. But that doesn't
and
do
she
anything.
like groans in it and stuff.
Hey, baby.
I can see it, again, conceptually and intellectually, but it doesn't do anything for me.
It doesn't have to do anything for you, but you can appreciate that there is something happening.
Huh. I'm having trouble. I really think there might be something wrong with me that I'm not getting this
I think
concept.
You should play some of it.
We can't. So, we'll get banned. They'll take us down. All right. Well, okay.
Well, maybe you can ask the listeners if they're listening to this, if they have any examples.
I just did.
To post it and share with us.
Yeah. Or if you want to come on here and talk about this, I'd be interested in hearing more about it.
Yeah.
About what songs evoke erotic feelings in you. Huh. This is fascinating.
I'm going to make a playlist for you.
Now every time I hear you listening to music, I'm going to be wondering what's going on.
It's different than like music that's good to have sex to.
Does music ever make you feel hungry?
No.
Does that ever make you feel angry?
Angry?
Yeah.
Doesn't make me feel angry. It makes me feel better.
What about sleepy?
I don't know. I listen to a lot of like violent music, which doesn't make any sense to me.
What about sleepy?
No.
Why do you listen to violent music?
I don't know. We have this conversation all the time. Why is it I'm attracted to music with people yelling?
I don't know. Is there something you need to yell about and you're not getting that out?
I don't know. It's like my whole life I've listened to the like not speed metal, like not death metal. I don't like that kind of stuff. That stuff is not attractive.
Screamcore?
Yeah, whatever yeah, or it just sounds like a bunch of nonsense.
Cookie Monster music. That's what I call it.
Like, I love Deftones, and he screams a lot.
Yeah, I don't like that.
Yeah, I know you don't like that.
It's not music to me.
I like it. Okay.
What do you like about people screaming, though?
I don't know. There's something about the whole, like...
Don't you listen to music to just relax?
Sometimes. I listen to a lot of different kind of music, even though you always tell me that you're more eclectic than I am.
I'm way more eclectic than you are.
Which doesn't make any sense to me when you say these things, because everything you listen to sounds the same.
You just said you like to listen to music where people are angry and yelling.
Yeah, but I also like to listen to other things, too.
Huh. I don't know. I don't know what to make of this. What's good music to have sex to? You said that a few minutes ago.
That's a good question. It depends what kind of mood you're in, obviously.
Huh. Men without hats?
Sure.
The safety dance?
That floats your boat.
You can dance if you want to. You can leave your friends behind. It's fine.
You're going to get banned.
No. Because it's, I'm doing it as a parody. It's fine. But, all right. So you wouldn't have sex to men without hats?
Probably not.
Okay.
What's that other song? Pop Goes the World.
Pop Goes the World.
Were you thinking about that song?
Yeah.
Why? Oh my God.
Yeah, I mean, I could see it. It has a beat to it.
Oh boy.
Right? Anyways. So, okay. Well, I just wanted to ask about that.
Mm-hmm.
So we have a question out to people, anybody listening to this who can give us information. What music makes you feel erotic, right?
Sure.
And we'd love, if you want to come on here and talk to us about it, we'll be open to that. All right. The last thing I wanted to ask you about is just do our do a little recap. You've been looking forward to this TV show on Netflix called based on a comic book called The Sandman, right? And you just binge watched it.
I did.
10 hours in less than a day.
I did.
Talk to us about that. Talk to us about what you like about the comic The Sandman first. What is it about the Sandman that you like?
Oh, well, that's a good question. What do I like about the comic? I don't know. It's like fantasy, but it's mythology. It's like everything mixed up and made into a world. The world building is really good, but like just the whole concept and the artistry and the comics, the storylines, the characters. I mean, what's not to like? It's the Sandman.
Well, what's not to like is it's British, number one.
That doesn't bother me.
There's only one good British thing ever made.
That's not true.
Monty Python.
That's not true.
The rest of it's all bollocks and crap.
That's not true.
Okay, so this isn't bollocks and crap?
No. And Neil Gaiman is one of my favorite writers.
Who's Neil Gaiman? Is he the writer of The Sandman?
He's the writer of The Sandman, yep.
Okay.
Yep.
So what's the basic idea? What is what does it involve? Just at a high level.
High level. So the Sandman is one of 7 siblings.
Okay.
They're called the Endless.
The Endless.
The Endless.
Okay.
So there's Destiny, Death, Dream, Desire, Despair.
Beyonce.
There's Destruction, and then there's Delirium.
Okay. So no Beyonce.
No.
All right. So the 7 Endless, and this is a story of the 7 Endless and what they're up to?
It's basically, most of the storylines focus on Dream.
Okay, Dream is one of the Endless.
And Dream is one of the Endless, right?
All right. Okay, so, you love this comic strip, you like the storylines, you like the mythology, you like this Neil Gaiman, the writer.
Yep.
Okay, the big question, how was the show? Did the show translate well?
Yes, I think they did an excellent job for people who've never seen the show, who've never read the comic. Okay. And never listened to the Audible, which is incredible, by the way. You should listen to the Audible.
I tried, series. I couldn't.
They really did a good job of evoking the imagery. Obviously they adapted it to make it into a television series. And they covered like a number of the beginning of the series. So it was well done.
All right. Is this just for Sandman fans.
No, that's what I said. It's if you've never read the comic, like, you can sit down and watch it, right?
Okay.
Absolutely.
Now, I watched about an episode and a half of it, and what I saw I liked.
Good.
I saw this one episode that involved this dream character, right?
Mm-hmm.
He's kind of a lanky, emaciated-looking guy with a black hairdo, and he has a crow that follows him around. Now, this episode I saw, I won't give any spoilers, involves this dream fella meeting up with this guy every 100 years to kind of get the guy's impression of what it's like to be a human being who's been given immortality. Right? This dream guy. So, Dream's sister, who is Death, gives this human being this immortality. And Dream is like, oh, he's going to hate it. Right? Human beings are dumb. They get bored easily. He's not going to want to live forever. Something like that. And so then Dream makes a bet with this guy. And he's like,
He makes a bet with Death.
Well, whatever. It doesn't matter. I'm telling you my impression.
Okay.
The details don't matter.
Okay.
Anyways,
Details don't matter.
This Dream makes a bet with somebody, and he's like, and he says to the guy, I'm going to meet you here in this bar every 100 years. And we're going to have a check-in to see how you like being immortal. And so this episode is that story. Right? It starts way back in the 1300s or something like that. Whatever, a long time ago. And it was pretty fascinating from a storytelling perspective to see this guy every 100 years and then meet up with this Dream character. So that was a good episode. I liked it.
Mm.
So very high production value. Looked good.
Yeah.
The sets look amazing.
Yeah.
So I will watch it. We said we're going to watch it with our kids.
Yeah.
Space Unicorn and Ted.
Yeah. I mean, the thing that's interesting is the translation of, like, a beloved, comic book, which relies very heavily on artistry. And how do you translate that art, right, to a screen?
Yeah, we talked about this, right? It's the same problem that The Walking Dead had, okay? If you are tasked with taking a beloved property like The Walking Dead or The Sandman or The Umbrella Academy or The Boys, right? Which are comic books.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
I mean, you have to make changes for television because comic books are so detailed and they're so complex.
Right.
You have to simplify things. You have to maybe combine certain characters. You have to merge storylines.
Yeah.
And the challenge is that hardcore fans they need to not be such giant douchebags about that. Yeah. Right? And see the adaptation as a separate thing. Right. Right, with strong fidelity and echoes to the original.
Yeah. So what I will say is, if you've never read the comic and you watch the series...
Just watch the series.
And you like it, you might be interested in picking up and just looking at the imagery in the actual comics, because the artists that they use for the comics are amazing artists.
Yeah, but don't get a fucking bee in your bonnet because they changed things or had to make it different. You want TV to be interesting and exciting. Right. You don't want it to put you to sleep. Right. You want it to be good, and they have to change stuff.
Right. And the things that a lot of the hardcore fans are upset about are just like the dumbest, stupid things. They're upset that Death is now played by a black woman, because...
Well, those people are what we call racists. Well,
so the iconic imagery of Death, right, as not quote unquote canon, but like what people think of when they think of Death, the character. They think of in the comic book,
a pasty white chick with black hair,
right? Like a very goth looking kind of thing that a lot of fans of the comic book have modeled their entire identity around, right? So now you bring in this black woman.
Yeah, good. Hardcore fans, grow the fuck up, get out of mom's basement.
So that's one character.
And realize that representation and diversity is good.
Right. So that's one change that people are all up in arms about. Then there's another change.
Fuck those people.
Where Gwendolyn Christie plays Lucifer, which is an interesting change.
Well, okay. A woman shouldn't play the devil. Let's be honest.
So I think
that was a joke. Relax, everybody.
No. So the interesting thing about that, so if you think about it, there's a lot of pop culture that takes and borrows from the Sandman. So there was a series called Lucifer that one of the networks did.
Yeah.
That they based it on Neil Gaiman's the Sandman character from the comics.
Okay.
And Constantine.
Yeah.
John Constantine. He was part of this universe too.
Okay.
Or part of the DC universe. But, so there's a depiction of Lucifer in that movie with Keanu Reeves.
Okay.
That was also a male. So, like, the people are all, like, up in arms that Gwendolyn Christie is playing Lucifer.
I revert back to my previous statement.
Right.
Grow the fuck up, hardcore fans.
Right. And the other...
And be thankful you have any Sandman TV show at all. And shut the fuck up.
So
Go ahead.
The other stupid thing that people are now all upset about...
Yeah. Is this Crow? Is it about the Crow?
It's about the Crow.
How did I know it's about the Crow?
That people are all upset because, first of all, it's a raven. That's number one.
There's no difference between a crow and a raven, first of all.
There is. But anyways.
Wait, is it a crow in the comic book?
No, it's a raven.
Okay, and on the show it's a crow?
No, it's a raven.
Okay. Well, I'm calling it a crow because there's no difference.
The character is voiced by Patton Oswalt, and people are like losing their shit that it's Patton Oswalt like coming out of the raven's mouth. Because his voice is so recognizable.
Okay, let me tell you something.
I'm just telling you what people are complaining about.
Nobody knew. Let me tell you something. Nobody knew it was Patton Oswalt, okay, just by watching the show. I watched it. I saw an episode with this crow in it, Matthew the Crow. Okay, I heard the crow talk, and I did not hear Patton Oswalt. You know what I heard?
What?
A crow.
It's a raven.
I heard a talking crow. No, and... These people looked it up. They didn't know who the voice of the crow was. They looked it up online. Or they saw it in the credits that it was Patton Oswalt, and they lost their shit. They just want something to complain about. Hardcore fans are assholes. Hardcore fans are babies. Hardcore fans are inflexible thinkers. Fuck you, hardcore fans of The Sandman. Fuck you, hardcore fans of The Walking Dead and of every other thing that you can't deal with having to be adapted. Go to hell, all of you.
So I'm just also going to tell people, for those who
this is why,
really could not give a shit.
This is why we can't have nice things, because of hardcore fans. Fuck you. Go ahead.
It's just more insight into me and my...
Oh, it's going to be a sex thing?
No, my whole like...
Do crows sexually arouse you?
This has nothing to do with crows.
Okay.
This has to do with the intersection of all of my favorite things as 15-year-old me, which involves Neil Gaiman.
Okay.
And Tori Amos.
Crows.
Maynard.
Crows.
And Nine Inch Nails.
And crows.
So, like, all of that for me...
Is all of this in the Sandman show?
It's all interconnected. So, Neil Gaiman...
Is he in Tool?
No,
Is he in Lucifer?
No, he's friends with Tori, or was friends. So the character Delirium.
Is he in Tori Amos?
I'm going to tell you if you shut up.
Okay, go ahead.
So Neil Gaiman based the character, how she looked and how she acted, of Delirium on Tori Amos. Like he has said that in interviews, right?
I've just lost all respect for Neil Gaiman.
Well, they're friends, and then she talks about Neil Gaiman in some of her and her albums and some of the songs.
For real? Yeah,
tear in her hand. She says, "Neil says hi, by the way." And like, so then there's the whole
Does
Nine Inch Nails.
Does she have a song about the crow? Go ahead.
Stop shitting on all of the things that I love.
I'm not. I'm asking questions. Go ahead.
Anyways, I'm just going to stop.
Look at me.
No.
I'm done.
I don't make fun of you, the things that you hold so near and dear to your heart. I would never shit on them.
You do all the time.
That's
You were literally...
not true.
Rewind the tape, people. You literally said all the music I listen to sounds the same, and you have no idea why I like it.
That's not what I said.
Yes, it is.
It's not what I said.
I'm not...
I said, you claim that you're more eclectic, and I said all your music sounds the same.
It's true. I am more eclectic.
I don't see how
Anyways,
that's possible.
okay, tell us more. Tori Amos says, "Hi, Neil," in one of her songs.
No, anyways, because they're friends.
Okay.
Back in whatever.
Does she have a phone? Could she say hello to Neil Gaiman?
She does the intro
on
for
a phone call?
the Death Collection.
Okay. She wrote an intro, or did she sing it?
No, she wrote an intro. It's in the book.
Hello, Neil. I'm writing you an intro for your new collection about death. I am one of your characters named Delirium. No? That was my Tori Amos impression. Would you like more?
No.
Your comics are interconnected with my music and Lucifer too. To references some of your concepts. Go ahead. Sorry.
No, I'm done.
No, come on. We're just having fun.
It's not fun for me.
Yes, it is. You're laughing.
It's not fun for me. I'm done.
Oh, come on.
No, I'm done.
We can't end on this note.
I'm done. I'm expressing my nerdiness, and you're
I love your nerdiness.
No,
listen, look at me.
No.
Look at me.
Done.
Look at me. Remember at...
No.
Hold on. Remember at Lowe's yesterday when you got mad at me? When I got mad at you? Do you remember that?
Mm-hmm.
What happened? I was looking for something at Lowe's. Some ground stakes to put tiki torches into. And you went off and found them, right? And you're like, there's this other aisle of stuff I want you to see. And you were like, thank you, by the way, right? Something like that. And I got mad at you because I thought you were being rude and disrespectful. And I refused to follow you to that aisle, right? And I was hiding behind some yard furniture. I refused to come out. I kept peeking around the corner to see where you were. They were playing a song too. What was the song they were playing? Do you remember? Do you remember?
Like, why won't you follow me?
Why won't you follow me? Right? And I kept peeking around the corner to see if you were coming. Then you weren't coming, so I crept down the aisle. And then I peeked around the end of the aisle corner. And there you were, laughing.
Oh, you're so ridiculous.
Right? So you're not mad. Come on. That was fun. My Tori Amos impression was good. Listen, I love that you love the Sandman. I supported you in this binging. Come on.
Well, now I feel like I have nobody to talk to about it.
You have me.
You haven't watched it.
We're going to watch it again together. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Lighten up. We're just having fun. Okay? You okay over there? Do you want me to cut out that whole segment?
Just don't shit on the things I love.
I'm not shitting on them. I'm having fun with you.
Mm-hmm.
With you. I'm laughing with you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay?
Mm-hmm.
Come on, Jen. We're laughing together. Everything can be a joke. Love of Neil Gaiman. Fighting at Lowe's. Everything
What was that song?
could be a joke. What?
What was that song?
I don't know. All right. That's good. Anyways, that's it. Listeners.
No game today?
No game today. Well, I'm working on a new game for you.
Oh, okay.
I have the idea. Okay. It does involve Maynard, by the way. Okay.
As long as it involves Maynard.
It does. I just need to get it together. Okay.
I didn't even tell you about the Maynard-Tory connection.
Oh, what's the Maynard-Tory connection?
They sing a song together.
Oh, really?
You can find it on YouTube.
What's it called?
Mohammed, my friend.
Mohammed, my friend?
Yeah, it's Tori Amos' song. He sings it with her.
Huh.
As a guest at some
Can I guess how it goes?
No. You can listen to it.
I can't do a Tori impression.
No.
Okay.
Anyways, that's a little glimpse into 15-year-old me.
Okay. Well, listen.
I never thought like they would make it into a TV show either.
Oh, I did. They've been trying for years.
I know they've been trying for years, but I didn't think they would actually do it. And a lot of like, some of the stuff that they've tried to adapt of his just like doesn't really work.
Yeah. Some of it works.
Yeah, like Coraline works. That's a good movie.
American Gods worked.
Well, American Gods worked.
What was that
a
other
little bit,
one?
and Good Omens worked really well.
Was that the one with the Hobbit in it?
What?
Which one's Good Omens?
Good Omens is with the devil and the angel.
Yeah, that one was good. The other one wasn't good.
American Gods had a lot of potential, and it started off really strong, and then it sort of like fizzled.
Yeah.
They are working on some other things. So Disney just picked up. They're going to do the Graveyard Book.
Yeah, I think somebody's making The Ocean at the End of the Lane, too.
Oh, shut up.
Yeah, somebody's making it right now.
That was a theater production they had in England that they just ran that had got really good reviews. That's my favorite book.
Okay.
I don't know how they would do that.
All right, listen.
That seems really insurmountable to me. I don't know.
Keep that 15-year-old in you alive, okay?
Okay.
All right? All right, you're doing good. You're enjoying things. You're enjoying your shows, your stories.
Mm-hmm.
We're having a good time.
Mm-hmm.
All right. What do we want to say to our listeners?
Are we done?
We're done.
No.
You want to keep going?
No, it's fine.
Okay. We got to get ready for this party. So listeners, if you're coming to us for the first time, okay, subscribe to our podcast, download our episodes, leave us a review, okay? Do something like that. Interact with us on social media, okay?
Yeah.
Check out our website, softservepodcast.com. If you want to learn more about us, we have links to some stuff there. You can check that out. What else?
I don't know.
If you want to be a guest, you can reach out.
Fill out our contact form.
Yeah, you can fill out our contact form, okay? And we'll get an email and I'll contact you if you want to come on and talk, okay?
Sounds good.
All right. I think that's it, Stomping Jen.
Okay.
It was good to talk to you. Thanks for being a good sport. I love you.
Yeah.
Okay? We're just having a good time here. Just lighten up.
Mm-hmm.
Remember when you made fun of me after we saw The Northman? So we went to go see this movie, The Northman. I really wanted to see. It's by the guy who made The Witch and The Lighthouse. I was really excited to see this movie. Afterwards, Stomping Jen and all of the people we saw it with made fun of me because they didn't like it.
Nobody made fun of you.
Yeah,
No,
you're all
making fun of the movie.
You took
it personally.
And just like I'm just making fun of the idea of Tori and Neil's connection. I'm not making fun of you.
Difference?
The difference is there's no difference. So next time you make fun of me because of The Northman, you think about that feeling.
The Northman you just watched. This is a fundamental core part of who I am. Okay. Thanks. Preach.
Listen.
Preach.
I'm just not touching that. Okay?
What?
I love you.
Okay. Goodbye.
Okay?
All right.
Keep that 15-year-old alive. Okay? All right?
Okay.
All right, everybody.
All right, everybody.
All right. Bye.
Bye now.
This world of ours, ever growing smaller, must avoid becoming a community of dreadful fear and hate. Those who have freedom will understand also its heavy responsibility. That all who are insensitive to the needs of others will learn charity, and that the sources, scourges of poverty, disease, and ignorance will be made disappear from the earth. And that in the goodness of time, all peoples will come to live together in a peace guaranteed by the binding force of mutual respect and love. I shall never cease to do what little I can to help the world advance along that road.